How many times have you thought, I wish I could turn my hobby or my favorite interest into a side hustle, a revenue stream, a business even? Well, that's the journey we're going on today. For years now, it's been a joke between me and my friends that I was going to start a business called Captures Collectibles. Look at the name of the channel. The time is now. We're going to be documenting it all on this channel, so make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. Right, guys, I need to interrupt this video very quickly and throw off the timeline of events entirely because I'm here to announce my first ever show as a vendor at Celution, TCG, CPE. It's all going to be on screen. It's at The Edge in Wigan in northwest England on the 1st of November, and there's a competition going on right now on their Instagram for a night stay in a hotel and 2 VIP tickets. So make sure you check it out right now. Go to their Instagram, it's all on screen now, and get some tickets. Come over to the booth, say hello to me and Sam. We've got Pokemon cards, we've got One Piece cards, I'll have some Funko Pops, and I'm probably going to have some graded comic books as well, which is wild. So yeah, please come, show some support, it's going to be great. On to the rest of the video now, where you can figure out how I end up getting to the point of vending at my first card show. So like I said, this all started years and years and years ago when my friends were joking and I wanted to get out of my job at the time and start something called Captures Collectibles. Now, it was just pie in the sky. My mates were like, oh yeah, why don't you just open a shop? Like you can just open a shop that easy. But now, a few years later, I've just had a baby and we need more income into the household. So I thought, while I was already into trading cards and I was trying to get back into Pokemon collecting, check out my last video to hear about how that's been going. Why not turn my old collection into a business? Why have we not done this sooner? Why have we waited until now to jump into it? Well, that's what we're going to get into. I recently heard about the Collector app and I just started cataloging everything that I had, like in my Pokemon collection and stuff like that. So many cards, and it turned out that I had about £5,000 worth of Pokemon cards between some old sealed stuff that I had collected, obviously old cards, a few chases from back in the day, sort of like X and Y Hidden Fate sort of era. And I thought, why not use this as my initial float to try and start a business to help bring money into the household? I can turn a passion into a side hustle in my spare time and maybe turn it into a full-fledged business. So there we go. The stage is set. I've started open Pokemon cards again. I wanted to start a business and I have my collection. How can I turn my collection, especially the stuff that I'm not that attached to, it's just stuff that I collected and wasn't planning on doing anything with, how can I then turn that into a revenue stream? When I first came up with the idea of trying to do this myself, I started watching Pokemonster on YouTube. They were a great influence. They've done a similar video series showing how they've gone from working a 9 to 5 and in their spare time turning their collection into a business as well. They've clearly got a very business mindset. I'm coming out of this from never running a business before in my life. And then after I started and I was searching more into it, I found that there's another guy called Max's Pokemon doing a similar thing in the UK. He's actually just got the keys for his first store. So props to him. Been a big inspiration. Thank you. So my plan was start going to card shows, start going to trade shows, set up stores there, do some small stores at smaller conventions to earn up enough to afford the bigger conventions and go like that. That was my initial plan, was to start snowballing like little sales on Instagram into a card show, into a bigger card show, into bigger eBay stores, into importing stuff from Japan, etc., etc. This is where the story takes a turn, right? So, like I said, I've catalogued all my stuff. I started taking a few photos of some recent pulls, putting them on Instagram, making this channel, posting about trading cards, going to card shows, doing challenges and stuff like that, speaking to people who own stores there. And then, so randomly, I was like, eBay's been pretty good, but what about Whatnot? Okay, let's look into Whatnot. So I start looking into Whatnot, and then literally about 2 days later, from these videos, from my Instagram feed, I got a message from the Whatnot like seller outreach team from the trading card division on my Instagram saying, we love your content, we love what you're doing. Have you ever thought about selling on Whatnot? When I say that, that just kicked everything into, I was about to say 11th gear. I was thinking turn it up to 11.
These go to 11.
But cars don't have 11 gears, they have like 6 gears max. So let's say we kicked it into top gear. My first step was trying to get a starting float. So I went through what I thought would be the easiest stuff to sell ASAP. I was going to UK Games Expo and I went through my old sealed collection. I had a Champions Path ETB, which unfortunately in storage had a small tear on the cellophane. So you couldn't sell it as fully sealed, but we'll get into that. I had a load of Unified Minds blisters. What else did I have? I've got some Japanese booster boxes from, I think, a Shiny Star V it was. I had Champions Path boosters and all this sort of stuff. So I took with me what I could fit in a bag, which was the Champions Path ETB, my binders, because I wanted to complete some master sets while I was there, and also like try and trade some little bits, and then also the Unified Minds blisters. So while walking around the convention hall, I found a stall called Kuma Cards, which were one of the biggest TCG retailers that I saw at the show. And I thought, why not ask them while I'm here? They've got a couple of cards that I want, how much I would get trading for sealed product. We ended up coming to a great deal for both of us involved, and I got £325 for my Unified Minds and my Champions Path ETB. I had to sell the Champions Path for pretty much what the loose packs would go for. I think they bought it for about 80 to 85% of retail, I believe, because it was sealed. I could be slightly wrong on that. We worked out like a separate price, not necessarily a percentage, but we were both happy with the deal that we got, and that was my starting float, was £325. Just after the show was when I ended up having my meeting, my video call with Chris from Whatnot, and he explained the entire platform to me. He explained the seller bonuses that were there at the time, so that like my sign-up bonus, the rates that you get charged for selling on there, and how they are different for your first month, so they're lower as an incentive in your first month. He told me about the different types of streams you can do, running breaks, running surprise sets, running just basic auctions, setting up the store on my page as well, scheduling shows, all that sort of stuff. And he gave me advice on where to start with inventory going forward as well. He said, try and find a load of cheap AR Pokemon cards from Japan, pay like £1-2 a card, and try and just sell them for £2. Like, people will bid it up on certain ones. So he said, if you can try and find distribution for that, that's the way to do it. Stupidly, knowing that I had that £325 from my starting float, that was meant to go towards grading cards, but I've not been able to get into an Ace submission yet. So that money was just sat there waiting for Ace submissions to open. Instead, I used that money and spent about £300 of it ordering stock from Japan, which arrived not in time for my first couple streams, but a little bit later. We'll get into that probably next video. For my first stream, we decided the best thing to do is to go through my collection, pull out some middle-of-the-road cheap chases from like some older eras, some Sun and Moon X and Y, my peak of collecting. Grab some bits out of there that I don't mind if they only go for £2. Obviously, from an old collection, it's not like I've spent anything on them, so anything is money back in the pocket. Got my phone set up on an arm. My first like little pile of cards from the Sun and Moon XY era. I'm getting ready for my first Whatnot live stream. Am I nervous? I don't know if I'm necessarily nervous about the stream itself. I've done streaming in the past. It's more, is this going to work? This is sort of like the acid test of me using my collection as my starting float, as opposed to like having just a cash injection at the beginning. Yeah, can this work out like this? I wasn't necessarily planning on starting Whatnot this early, but with the incentives that they had and stuff like that, it definitely gave me a kick up the arse to sort of get going on it. So I'm going to sort of feel the vibe of today, see how it's going, see what the stream wants, see what people think. We are 13 minutes out. Today's going to be a lot of testing and setting up as well, and seeing how things go and things look. Okay, go live. Whoa, that's a close-up of my face. There we go. That's more like it. How are we doing? First stream here on Whatnot. We have got plenty of stuff going on. Right, we're going to start a giveaway right from the off. So we're going to be giving away the Hopzation EX and the Kyogre Art Rare, whatever, the amazing Rare, was it called? We're going to give those away to one of our new followers. It was an amazing Rare. Look at me remembering things. So I'll give you a quick look at what we're going to be going through today. It's Black and White and Sun and Moon era. These are all old personal collection ones. I packed them all myself. Many of them on previous YouTube channels and stuff as well. So they are all minty. The first one we're going to do is this Espeon GX. Hello, Emily, as well. Nice to see people coming into the chat already. So we're going to start with this Espeon. We're going to start £2 and we're going to go for, I believe, it's 30 seconds. Are we ready? Show me some hype in the chat if we're ready. Right, we've got our first bid going live. Card 1 on screen. It's not running, is it? It should be running now. Looks like it's running on my screen. So we've got 3 bids in now. We're up to £4. Nice. Guys, I'll give you a quick look at the back as well. This is a lovely card. Got it myself at a Saturday morning Pokemon League back in the day. Back when I was playing. New referral joined. Lawrence, thank you very much. And Chris has made the first purchase. Thank you very much, Chris. Appreciate the support as always. So there we go. That is auction number 1. Thank you very much. And we've got a follow from Adam as well. Thank you very much, guys. There you go, Chris, going in the pile. We have got the rainbow rare of that at some point as well, but that might be getting sent off to grading before that appears on one of the streams. Wow, we've got loads of people joined in now. 9 viewers. Thank you very much, guys. We have literally just started our first ever stream. 4, 3, 2, 1. The giveaway has ended. And the draw. Who's going to be the winner? Come on, guys. It's Aku. Okay, Aku. You have won yourself the Hopzation EX. Pack fresh myself on release day. And the Kyogre Amazing Rare as well, which is a nice little pickup, especially if you're trying to master that set. But yeah, all you had to do was drop a follow and look at what you got. Amazing. They'll be sent out to you soon. Thank you very much. Look at this, 17 people in the chat now. I ended up doing so well on this first stream that I ended up digging through and doing loads of other stuff. So we had 46 orders in total. Some of them were for bulks of cards. So like I know I just said I had 40 cards set aside and we sold a load more. Probably had about 80 cards go out the door. Some of them were in bulk sets, like I said, like Toofers, stuff like that. We had somebody in the stream who loved Black Star promos, so I was just like putting loads of bundles of Black Star promos on screen and they were buying them. So we ended up with an estimated sales overall of £222. That left me with earnings of £193 after fees and after my giveaway spends. So I spent £8.10 on giveaways. When you do a giveaway and Whatnot, obviously you don't want the person who's just won something to be out of pocket. So I end up paying for delivery to ship that product to them. That's fine. It's all a way of engaging with the audience, growing a customer base. It's a great thing to do. So I always try and run a few giveaways every stream that I do. So on that first one, because I was bumped up the main page, I had 524 unique viewers on it, which was crazy. 17 unique buyers. Obviously, they were all first-time buyers because it was my first show. I ended up streaming for 3 hours and 8 minutes in total as well. And the max concurrent viewers that I had at any one time was 35, which doesn't sound a lot, but for your first stream in the UK on a brand new platform was fantastic. Thank you, everyone who showed up to that stream. You did amazing. Thank you. So that was my first singles stream. The Friday after, so I did that on the Tuesday. The Friday after, I did my first sealed stream. So this was me going back into my collection of other sealed products. So I had 2 Pikachu tins, a Lucario tin, Eevee tins. We had Marnie Champions Path boxes, and we had Pikachu Shining Fate collections in there as well. So we had like a decent amount of sealed product. I was trying not to do any singles. I think I sold a couple singles on that stream. Just try and keep the show flowing when it was a bit of a lull. What I've noticed is sealed on that platform doesn't do quite as well, or unless maybe I wasn't doing that well getting the numbers in. So for this, my contact was away, so I wasn't able to get bumped up the main page, so this was purely on my own momentum. I ended up spending £5 on promoting the stream. So inside of Whatnot, you can promote the stream so you'll become higher up on page. It'll push you notifications through for like big, for more premium buyers and stuff like that. So you get your face in front of people a lot more. They recommend you do about £30 an hour. I just wanted to do 1 hour, £5. I don't want to be spending money if I'm not going to make money at the moment. So I did that, and I found a lot more people coming in and a lot better purchases as well. Before that, I had a lot of people hanging around and just having a look and stuff like that and chatting, engaging. It's all great for growing the stream. Obviously, it wasn't selling anything through that. So put £5 into it. I ended up making £138 on that stream in the end. So minus the £5 off that, 133. Did giveaways as well, as I always do. So we ended up at £125. I've earned about £310 in my first 2 streams alone. My first week on Whatnot, I earned £310 purely from my collection, no money out of my pocket. Yeah, and then I had all this stock coming to me from Japan. So to wrap up my first week, 2 weeks into trying to turn this into a business, I've started selling on Whatnot. I've started selling at card shows, and I've been able to turn my personal collection from just cards that I was sat on them for years into over £600, and that's my starting float for starting the business. I've previously sold stuff on eBay, so I already had things like packaging. I knew what to do printing out labels. Obviously, I've just got a printer at home and stuff like that. So that was kind of written off to start with as well. But going forward, I'm about to have to spend a lot of money getting prepared to grow and grow and grow. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and find out what happens with this journey going forwards as Captures Collectibles starts to grow. If you want to follow me on Whatnot, head over there. I'll put a referral link in the description as well. If you go through that, you will get £10 startup credit. And when you make your first purchase, I'll get a handy little referral as well. So you're helping the channel grow even more. And yeah, if you've got any advice, please let me know in the comments down below. If you want to start doing this as well, tell me how you're going to start. If you're a seasoned pro, please, please, please get in touch. I would love to pick your brains over some things. And yeah, keep an eye out, and I'll see you guys soon.